Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to review this 20-year-old Sony 17-inch flat screen glass monitor slash TV and see how it performs in 2024. But before that, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe down below, and thank you for watching. Alrighty then, so what we have here is almost 20-year-old Sony flat screen monitor slash TV, model number MFM-HT75W. This is a 17-inch monitor, all-in-one, and it could be used as a TV with max resolution of 1280 by 760. So it is an HD display and the picture is amazing. Now, I had this thing for almost 20 years. I got it back in late 2004 and I just realized how well it looks, especially with the older retro gaming consoles, and that's what we're going to test out today. Different connections, different systems, to see how well it looks. It is a widescreen monitor, so it has a nice option in there where you could make the pictures full screen or widescreen. It has tons of connections. The sound is great. I even have the original remote, and as well it has picture-in-picture option. That's right, everybody. For those of you who never even knew what that is, you could actually have two different video formats at once on the screen. I'm going to show you that too as well. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at all the connections and all the options this thing has, because it has quite a few inputs in there. So here we have the back side of this multifunctional display unit, which is a simply beautiful thing. It has all the connections you're ever going to want for the old school retro gaming and PC. Here it is. We have the component here on the right, video 1, and video 2 we have the composite as well as the S-video. And the sound on this thing is great. And underneath here we have two connections to your PC. PC2 is the VGA connection and PC1 is the DVI-D. And here in between, in the middle, you have the audio wire, which will be great for the sound when you connect it to the PC, which I'm going to show you in a little while. On the left side here you have your buttons here for volume, menu, channels, stuff like that. Of course, if you have the original remote like I do, you're never going to really use that at all because it's really pain in the butt. Other than that, everything is fine, and I'm really excited of how well this thing performs today, and that is going to be our next step here. I'm going to show you a couple of different connections and see how the games look, so stay tuned for that. So here are my settings that I'm using with my retro built mini PC. It's a very low budget one, but it's good enough to run quite a bit of different emulation systems. I have this old school GT720 low profile graphics card that does have VGA connection. Now, VGA connection does give you better access to different resolutions. So I was able to add this extra resolution here, which is 640 by 480, and it opens up the 75 Hertz option, 32-bit. Now, I understand you could create even a lower resolution for this monitor or any other monitor you want to use, but it'll be too low, and it's going to be extremely hard to access all the menus. So this is pretty much my go-to resolution when I want to play the older retro games. Definitely recommend this resolution here, and like I said, with the VGA connection, it does open up better options for that. So without further ado, let's take a look at some of the games, so stay tuned for that. So the first thing I'm going to utilize is the component cables by using my Nintendo Wii with a GameCube game, Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. So for many of you that may not know that this game specifically supports progressive scan. Now, in order for you to enjoy that feature, if you had an old GameCube system, you would need the really expensive imported component cables, which are now like somewhere between $200 and $300 now. They were always expensive, and there's just nowhere to get around except if you use your Nintendo Wii with the GameCube game and the component cables, which are significantly cheaper. Probably get them for like 20 bucks to get that full capability of your GameCube game. So once you do that, you also have to go to the settings and choose the HD mode on your display, and then you'll get this cool pop-up right here, which will ask you if you would like to use the progressive display mode, and in my case, yes, I do. And then again, it verifies it that it's turned on. And you really do notice the difference right away from just a regular 480, I believe, or whatever it is, to HD quality. This really was the way to play this game back in the day, if you have the option, of course. Alright, we don't have no memory card right here. Just want to quickly demonstrate how well this game looks. And that was great about these old systems here. No, not too much loading. You could really skip everything. Even a game like this, when there's a lot of reading and stuff like that, you could really skip all this fast. And just like that, we're in the game. This, to me, the remake was one of the best Metal Gears. That's just my personal opinion. As you could see, the quality looks great. Let me hide right there. Back this way. Now this thing, of course, has plenty of options for your video pictures. I like to use standard. You go vivid, and it's a little bit brighter, so you could see how bright that is, but the detail is not as great. Oh, that's it, I'm captured. Alright, so that's it for this test here. Now let's jump into something else now, so stay tuned for that. Alright, here we have a classic Super Mario World for SNES. And the game looks fantastic. Of course, you're not gonna get the CRT quality, but definitely, I would say, better, you know, than the modern flat screen TVs. It's not too extremely pixely. It has plenty of detail still there. You could clearly see everything. really nice, a nice little monitor here. Could be used for many functions, even for a little arcade cabinet. Alright, let's take a look at another game here. Ah yes, Super Castlevania 4. One of my favorites out of the series. And here too. Again, it looks really good. It doesn't look terrible like on a big flat screen TV. You're never gonna get that CRT look unless you do the filters and everything like that with whatever emulator you're gonna use. But just out the box, I think it looks fantastic. Sound is good, everything's good. Let me see the option of the screen size. Okay, there it is. I always keep it on zoom full, or you could put normal and get that 4:3 aspect ratio. But I always stick with the full. Let's go back to that actually here. And you could mess around with different positions here. Like I said, this thing has many options. We're gonna test out the picture-in-picture soon. Beautiful. Alright, that's it for Super Nintendo. Let's jump into another system. Alright, so here we have N64. And we're going to start off with Mario here. Again, the picture looks great. It doesn't look all washed out like you would with a normal LCD TV. And again, we are using here for these systems, emulator systems here, the VGA connection of the PC, which is a really perfect combination to get the best coloring and resolution. Now, from what I understand, this is now considered as a vintage monitor, and I've seen them on eBay for quite a bit, definitely over 100. If somehow you could score this at your local thrift store for a good deal, I think it's definitely worth it. Let me see. Okay. Alright, that concludes this test. Let's move on to the next one. Now, Dreamcast Soul Calibur looks simply perfect on this setup here. The colors are just right. The picture is amazing. Everything is smooth. And now I'm jumping into MAME, Marvel vs. Capcom, which looks fantastic. Now this setup here will definitely look better than those cheap arcade 1-ups. I've seen them in person, and their LCD monitor, all the games look washed out, pixelated. It looks terrible. That's why this old style glass LCD would be really the best closest thing to like a CRT monitor. Without all the weight. Now, of course, with the filters and stuff like that, depends which emulator system you're using, you could really get it close to a CRT look. Alright, let's see what we have next. Alright, we're coming to the end of the video. I'm wrapping it up with this one last game for PlayStation 1, which is Resident Evil 2, one of my favorites. And again, the picture is just amazing. I really do recommend you getting this thing. I can't quite show you exactly how beautiful it looks. I hope I'm doing a good job here. But the color is great. The blacks look awesome on all the games. Got a nice sound. Oh, actually, I forgot. I wanted to do the picture-in-picture. Let's see if I could do that right now. As we're on right now. So I'm gonna turn the Nintendo Wii. And let's see really quick if I could get in the menu here. Oh, somebody is still alive. I can't believe it. Okay, there it is. Picture on. Oh, there it is. Let's get out of there. So I don't have sound on this one. Well, that's pretty cool. I'm sure you could switch in between the sounds. I wonder. Oh, that's pretty cool. Look at that. And of course you can move it around. I'm sure you could switch the sounds in between. But yeah, you guys got the idea that this thing still has a lot of potential. Alright, that's it then. I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you think about this monitor. Leave some comments down below. I'll do my best to get back to you. And I'll see you guys in another video. Goodbye.